Okay, the 5 why process. Stick with me here. So I wonder, how many New Year's resolutions did you actually make 8 weeks ago? Or better yet, actually, better question. If you made any of those resolutions, how many have you actually kept with so far? The chance is actually pretty high. The answer is none of them. And it's absolutely normal. Now, if that is the case for you guys, don't despair because you are not alone, okay? In fact, most folks never keep them at all. I'm one of them, or have been one of them. And I'm just not saying this stuff to piss you off either. So please stay with me as I'm going to give you what is perhaps one of the most effective methods for goal setting ever. It works for me, right? And if you're following what I'm about to share with you, I can promise you it will increase your chances of actually hitting your goals and achieving success tenfold. As I say, if it works for me, guys, there is zero reason it will not work for you. So, according to Forbes, we all know Forbes, right? Nearly 80% of people admitted to abandoning their New Year's resolutions every year by the time they hit February. And there's another study going around that showed that the number's actually closer to 92%. So the challenge then is this, guys. It's in our nature to become complacent about many things, okay? We've all done it. And it would seem, obviously, missing goals is definitely one of them. Is it any wonder so many people are struggling and failing all the time, okay? You may also have become frustrated yourself and even discouraged if that's happened to you. It's totally normal, especially in today's digital world. Instant gratification, on-demand society that we live in. Long-term goals seem to become this abstract concept that rarely comes to fruition. Well, it doesn't have to be that way, folks. In fact, it shouldn't be that way if we truly want to live life on our terms. And who doesn't want to do that? We need to get serious about our objectives and the way we go about setting them and therefore achieving them. And that's exactly what I want to talk about in this video. I want to share something called the 5 whys process. This is something that we use to help our students in our loan broker training program, and it works like a charm. Now, in all honesty, this was actually adapted from a strategy that was developed sometime around the 1920s, so it's a while ago, by somebody called Satoshi Toyoda. His son, one of the founders of the Toyota Motor Company. He adopted this process, and it has since actually been used by large numbers of Fortune 500 companies. And on the surface, this may seem like a very detailed process, but it really isn't. It's simple. In fact, the steps are really simple, but the impact this exercise will have for you is extraordinary. The simple definition of the 5 whys method is that it's problem solving. It's a problem solving technique that actually helps us find the root cause of the problem. And I know you're probably thinking right now, you know, what does this have to do with setting goals, right? Trust me for this for now, that it absolutely does help you. And I'm going to explain that in more detail. But let's dig in. The idea is to ask why 5 times, with each question being more probing than the last question. And the first question is usually, why did you do that? Or what happened? Okay. And the final question should provide a solution or answer to the original question, the original problem. And this technique can help us define our goals with absolute laser focused clarity. And it's important to understand that without a clear vision, our goals are nothing more than dreams. And this is why most of us never hit them. Most people fail, right? And just like we need to get to the root cause of a problem before we can actually solve it, we also have to discover the core root of our goals by becoming emotionally attached to them. Otherwise, the goals have zero meaning to us, right? It's pretty obvious. And it's the 5 whys then that will do this for us, giving our goals absolute clarity and setting us up to be successful so that we can actually achieve them. Now, if I have asked you how much money you want to earn on a monthly basis, right? What figure comes to your mind? 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 or even more? Most people I speak with can answer that question without any hesitation at all and with a certain level of certainty and belief, right? But when I ask them why, that's when folks actually stumble. Time won't allow me here to go into some detailed examples, but suffice to say, most of us don't truly know why we want to make any certain amount of money. There's no support, there's no depth behind that answer, right? And it's not anywhere close then to compelling enough for for us to actually achieve it, which is why we fail and we don't achieve it. Because achieving anything that is bigger than the reality that we have right now is going to cause us some pain. And no one is going to go through any type of pain for an arbitrary number that has zero emotional meaning. And so we need depth so we can understand the why. And that is where the 5 whys method actually comes in. So let's dive into the 5 whys method. Okay guys, step number 1, get yourself a notebook and a pen for this particular phase of the exercise. And you're going to need anywhere from like a whole sheet or maybe 5 or more as you go through these following steps. Now, by incorporating physical actions, just like writing on paper, believe me, your results are going to be far more ingrained into your conscious mind, but more importantly, your subconscious mind. And that's very important because 99% of the decisions we make or the actions we actually take daily are subconscious and habitual, just the facts. And I have more video on this on the channel, but if this is the first time you've heard that, you're just going to have to trust me for now as we go through this exercise. But it is all about our subconscious mind. Okay, step number 2. Now start by thinking about a goal that you want to obtain. It could be any goal at all. It could be a new car as an example, might be a new home, vacation you want to go on, or a particular monthly income amount. It doesn't actually matter, but pick one goal and one goal only and then physically write it down on that paper. Now, as an example, I'm going to go with the car, right? Very easy. But pick whatever your own goal is. Make sure it's personal to you and something you really, really want to do. Step number 3, rewrite your goal using as much detail as you can possibly think of. So if it's a car, as an example, what kind of car, right? What brand of car? What color is it? Just go deeper and deeper and deeper. What's the interior like? Make it real. Does it have that new car smell, right? Feel it. You know, what's the sound system like? Does it have a satellite navigation system? Add as much detail, depth and color to this vision and goal as you can. And if your goal isn't a car, obviously you want to be asking applicable questions to your own goal. Step number 4, read over your description again, but this time write down why number 1 and answer this question. Why do I want this specific goal or car? And here you're going to keep your answer relatively short, guys. 1-2 sentences at the most. Don't get too descriptive. And let's say your answer is, if it's a car, I want to drive a nice car. Well, with that, let's move on to step 5 and write down why number 2 and ask yourself this. Why do I want to drive a nice car? I know it should be an obvious question, right? But you can notice you're asking why all the time. Why? It's really cool how this plays out. Now, again, keeping your answer simple and to the point. Maybe if it's a car that's your goal, it might be, I want to look good to my friends and my family, right? Step number 6, and again, add another why here, okay? We're on why number 3. Why do I want to look good to my friends and my family? Now, perhaps your answer to that might be something like, it makes me feel good to be admired. Step number 7, let's go with why number 4. Ask this, why again, right? Why does it make me feel good to be admired? Now, it is important that you phrase your questions using the answer from the previous question. And by doing this, you are engaging your subconscious mind. You're digging deeper. It's going to be a huge help in helping you reach your goals. We're ingraining habitual patterns, remember? And there's a lot of video content about this on our channel because we love mindset. It's everything you need to do for your success. So, more on that later too. In our example, let's say that our answer is because it validates my success and my accomplishments. There's a visual representation of it. Let's go to step number 8 with that one. So, one more why, right? This is why number 5. And this is where you're going to find the secret sauce. We've dug and dug and dug. Why does it validate my success and my accomplishments? And maybe the answer to that particular question might be something like, it helps me strengthen my self-esteem, right? Boom. Just like that, in this very simple example of a car being our goal, we've uncovered the actual real reason, the emotional why of this particular goal. For me, it turns out that I want this particular car, not because it's cool or it looks nice or that it's fast or just pricey and expensive. In this example, my self-esteem is the true why. But don't stop there. Pick another goal. Rinse, repeat. Keep going with the process over and over again, like a layer of an onion. This isn't going to be quick and easy It's got to go really deep and be really compelling for you. This is how you get your why and the reason you're doing something, and it will make you push on through all of the pain and resistance and the challenges you're going to get. If you don't have any emotional attachment to it, if it's not ingrained subconsciously, you will not achieve anything, and that's why most people fail. The 5 whys. It's so simple, isn't it? Okay, so once you've gone through that process that I've just laid out, I promise you guys, it will pay you back tenfold. The rules are so simple here. And I actually already said it. Don't rush this. Take time. Don't sell yourself short. You are really, there are no right or wrong answers, right? It's about what matters to you more specifically. And once you start writing about that particular goal or goals, you know, don't stop. And keep going with it, guys, right? Just like peeling back the layers of the onion, just keep going with it. Keep asking that why, and be honest with yourself too, right? But ask the why, make sure you're digging deep and you're being emotional and you've got crystal clear clarity on those goals that you've got. And I promise you, what you're basically doing here is you're rewiring your subconscious mind to form new habits so that you take action in different ways. And if you've got that emotional context or attachment to the goals that you've given yourself, you're going to achieve them, because you've got to push yourself. You've got to grow as you try and achieve these goals. Goals are not meant to be easy to basically achieve, right? And if you're achieving your goals, your reality is changing at the same time. And that's how you live and manifest the reality that you dream of up here. You take action towards it, and it starts with goals. And that's why we use the 5 why process. Works every single time, guys. If you've got any more questions on this, leave some comments below in the description. And if you've got some interest in learning how to be a business loan broker or a commercial real estate loan broker, you can build this business online from home, anywhere in the world. I'm in the UK right now, and I do this stuff in the United States. So that's a great example for you, okay? We have a training program where we assist you one-on-one in the field. You learn from us as we do it, basically copying what we do. So as long as you're serious and you're focused on your goals, you cannot fail, okay? If you want to learn about that, there's a link in the description below this video. Other than that, guys, if you like this, please subscribe, please like the video. I'll catch you on the next one.